Hi, Truth Tribe. Ruth Delgado here, and this is Ruth Delgado's Glamour page. Welcome to my channel. If you have never seen my face before, and this is your first time coming across my channel, and if this is not your first time coming across my channel, and you have maybe been frequently watching my channel, and you already know about me, hey. Thank you so much for the support, and you're already a part of the Truth Tribe. You already pressed that subscribe button, and you've already, rocked out with a bunch of my likes and comments and stuff like that. Appreciate all of you very much. And if you haven't pressed that subscribe button or that like button, do that. Take care of that. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing here on this specific video today is I'm going to be bringing a conversation to you guys that I felt like it is important to talk about. The truthful side, though, not the side where, everybody seems to want to just, carry a negative narrative and just keep rebuttaling and just spewing those narratives out. So I'm going to try to see if I see the lady's name, because I don't like this lady, because I think it's Candace Owens, but I'm not sure if that's who it is or not, though. But it's basically a lady that's a black woman, but I really do feel like she should get her black card revoked, because some of her comments and the shade that she shows towards black people and black women is ridiculous. So I'm trying to see if the video will come back up, because as you guys know, I got it off of Facebook, and Facebook constantly registers your feed. And so because of that, I'm trying to see if I can run into the feed again. But because it has re-registered, I'm having a hard time finding it right now. But I do believe that it's Candace Owens that was having this interview. But basically, a guy was asking this young woman, black woman, some questions. And basically he asked her, what do you think is the problem when it comes to relationships and, people trying to be in relationships, but their relationships failing? And he said, do you think that you know what the problem is behind that? And she said, yes, I do think that I know what it is. She said that she thinks that it is because of conditioning of society convincing women that marriage is a trap and marriage doesn't make your life any better. And she carried on to say that her life, that's not true, because her life got a lot better after she got married. She said, I found my true calling, and I recognized who I am as a nurturer when I became a mother, and multiple different things. And I'm like, in my head, when I heard her say that, I'm like, okay, so you didn't have an identity before you were married? Because she said that she really actually finally got her identity in who she was when she got married. And then she said, and then she found her calling as a nurturer when she became a mom. And I'm like, in my head, I'm wondering, why didn't you find your calling before you got married? And why didn't you know that you were a nurturer before you became a mom? But anywho, that's the kind of stuff that she was saying. And she was saying that also, he said, well, that's women. He said, when it comes to men, what do you think about that? What do you think that is men's problem with, having good relationships and staying in good relationships and things of that sort. And basically, he was saying that, I mean, she was saying that, well, when it comes to the women, a lot of women, she said, a lot of women are not good quality. She didn't, I don't think she used the word quality though, but she said something to the effect of a lot of women aren't good women or good quality women out here. Um, Now, mind you, she said nothing about men, even though he specifically asked her the second time to talk specifically about men. She still kept talking about women and saying how bad women are. And of course, as a man, he's going to agree with her. And it was obviously, of course, a lot of guys that agreed with her. Even somebody that I guess was a mutual friend on my page that ended up having it come up in my news feed. But I can't agree with her because I understand that none of that is true of what she said. First of all, yes, it is conditioning that has to do with the reason of why we have a hard times with maintaining good relationships. But it's not conditioning of women and making them think that marriage is bad. It's conditioning of everyone and making everyone believe and think that they are, in some sense, not responsible for how they treat people, how they develop relationships with people, how, in what manner they, respond to people or respect people or show respect for whatever that person may do for them or, provide for them, things like that. And I believe that the conditioning of having people believe that they can treat people any kind of way that they want to, and they don't have any consequences or repercussions that they're going to have to, I'm sorry, y'all, my hair keeps sticking up right here, but they're not going to have any consequences and repercussions that they're going to have to live up to, and things that's going to end up backfiring on them because of not handling people correctly when they know they should. Because I don't care what nobody says. You know when you treat somebody messed up. You know when you treat somebody messed up, jacked up, or wrong. You know. Because when you do it in your head, you know. You know what you did. And even in your head, if you didn't know what you did, you can also tell a lot of times if you pay any attention to the people around you when you hurt somebody, when you hurt that person. And the sad part about it is that we have been conditioned, everybody, not just women, not just men, but everyone has been conditioned to think that they can treat anybody any kind of way, and there's never going to be any consequences or repercussions for how they're treating people, especially if that person doesn't have family, especially if that person doesn't have friends, especially if that person doesn't have anybody that's standing up for them, not including themselves. If that person is that type of person, a lot of times for some reason, people think that that person is free bait to go attack and free bait to go harass and annoy and drive crazy. But people that back them up, that have people that support them, they don't go through that. I've noticed that a lot. And it's really sad because it's like, it's even getting to the point that people that are used to always having friends and having a group of people that they're always around, they're losing their friends too. I wonder why. I'm telling you guys why. Everybody's losing friendships. Everybody's losing relationships because everybody is losing value in who people can be. Nobody is really recognizing the value in people anymore. People are valuing things as opposed to people. And that's the conditioning that she should have mentioned, because that's the conditioning that's keeping people from being able to, on the side of women and men, that's keeping people from being able to have friendships as well as relationships, because nobody cares how they disrespect each other anymore. Nobody cares how they hurt each other anymore. Nobody has standards as to, oh, I'm not going to do this to you because I really do care for you and I don't want to lose you. Nobody cares about that anymore. Nobody cares about withstanding having respect for somebody that you say you have respect for. No, people think that they can give themselves excuses to be disrespectful, excuses to treat you messed up, jacked up, and, wrong. And that's what's sad, because it's like, okay, you don't get an excuse to treat me any kind of way you want to treat me. But that's the kind of lives that people are leading, where if you tell somebody that they did something messed up to you, I'm sorry, y'all, my nose is itching like crazy and I don't know why. But if you tell somebody that they did something jacked up and messed up to you, and they're a toxic person, let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to make it your fault. And they're going to never take responsibility. That's what toxic people do. And, or if they don't make it your fault, they're going to make it somebody else's fault. It's never going to be their fault. It's never going to be their responsibility. And that's another reason why I felt like that woman that was speaking, if it was Candace Owens, then it was her. If not, it was somebody else. But unfortunately, I couldn't find the video because everything refiltered on my page. But I gave y'all a pretty good rundown of basically what the conversation was between the two. And basically, yeah, I don't agree that it's because of the conditioning of what women are being taught, more so than it's because of the condition of what everybody is being taught, and how everybody is being taught that it's okay to not treat people with honor, love, and respect that they deserve. It's too many people out here that are respecting people that don't deserve to be respected, that are exalting people that don't deserve to be exalted, that are supporting people that don't deserve to be supported. And then the people that do deserve to be respected, supported, exalted, and all of that kind of stuff, people are pushing them by the wayside, pushing them away, leaving them where they at. Not really trying to pay them no mind. Really trying to not have a purpose to even be cool with them. Even though those are the people that was best towards you. Those are the people that treated you the best. How you gonna come at them in a negative way? But it was another video that I'm also going to talk about in this clip that I'm doing. I know I'll be able to find that video, but since I didn't bring up the other video, I'm not going to bring up this one to show you guys, but I will listen to it myself so that I can remind myself of what she said. But I know I can find this specific video because I did share it to my channel. The other video I didn't want to share it to my channel because I didn't agree with what she actually was saying. But this video that I'm about to show you guys, well, I'm not going to show you guys, but I'm about to listen to it myself so I can remind myself of what she said. This video, I actually do agree with. So when it comes up, I'm going to press on it, but I'm going to make it real low so you guys can't hear it. So only I can hear it so I can remind myself what was being said. So I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm great. Okay, that's not it. Okay, so here's the post. This is why most people reject nice people from coming into their life. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this video to you guys' attention is because I've come to notice, like I was talking about earlier, that It's a lot of people that will destroy and hurt and really mess up a person that has been very good to them. But in the same sense, that same person will turn around and treat a person that treated them like crap, treated them the worst. They'll treat them so good. They will jump through hoops for them. Okay? So, because I've noticed this in my own experiences as well as watching and witnessing other people that have been around me in my life and things, because I've recognized this, when I came across this specific video that I'm about to listen to remind myself with everything that was being said, that discuss why most people reject nice people from coming into their life, I decided to talk about this because I'm like, I see the toxicity. Like, I see how people consistently definitely do. And even some people that you would deem as good people do the same thing. They reward bad people good treatment for the bad, but then people that treat them good, they don't reward them. Or if they do reward them, they reward them with something bad, something that's messed up, something that's jacked up, something that's screwed up, right? So because of that, I've come to recognize, like, all right, wow, is something really wrong with people? Like, it's really like a mental illness here. And this woman, I'm not sure who this woman is, but this woman is speaking in an interview, and she's basically describing this answer to this question. This is why most people reject nice people from coming into their life. Now, I'm going to listen to it very low to remind myself of what the conversation is. And then, like I just did earlier with the story before, I'm going to tell you about the story, what she says, and then I'm going to tell you about what I think about it. Okay? So, let me go and listen. Hold on. Come on, why don't I hear anything now?
Punish the person who's trying to love them.
Okay, hold on.
Unless they meet somebody.
Okay, so basically what she's saying is, um, people will have, like I just said for my example, people will have somebody in their life that's treating them like really, really good, really consistent with their behavior, really showing real true love and respect and honor and loyalty and all of that. And a person that's not used to that type of treatment is going to look at that as though it's strange, as though it's unusual, as though it's something that they're not used to. So they don't know how to respond to it, and they don't know how to accommodate it in the aspect that it deserves to be because of the good treatment. But she said if they end up meeting someone that is inconsistent, that lies to them, that shouts at them, that's rude to them, that's mean to them, that's disrespectful to them, that's hateful, that's just cruel, she said those type of people is what that person is actually used to. So she said that's like, that's what the doctor ordered. So I'm gonna love you. That type of person starts to feel like, oh, I'm gonna love you because I'm familiar with what you're putting me through. I'm familiar with what you're doing to me. You're torturing me. You're lying to me. You're disrespecting me. You're hating me. You're being abusive. you're being toxic. So I'm familiar with all of these things. So I'm going to love you with all of my heart. But the other person is actually loving me with all of their heart and actually showing me true love. I'm going to disrespect you. I'm going to disregard you. I'm going to treat you crappy because I'm not familiar with you. I'm not familiar with how you're loving me. Why are you loving me so much? Why are you treating me this way? And they're going to test you, and they're going to, break up with you or break it off with you or shut you off or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're doing that because they're not familiar with what you are offering, even though it's exactly what they need. It's real, genuine love. Everybody needs real, genuine love. But because everybody is not used to real, genuine love, everybody's not going to respect it. And as a matter of fact, I was just talking to my best friend earlier today about this, and I was telling her how people that never genuinely experience consistent, real, good love and genuine love, them actually experiencing having real love is just like experiencing giving a child. Like my best friend, she has a daughter. And so I explained to her, I was like, it's almost like you giving your daughter a diamond bracelet. I said, you 9 times out of 10 are never going to give your daughter a diamond bracelet. Why? Because you know that your daughter doesn't understand the value of that bracelet. And she may not know how to keep up with it. And she may not know how to take care of it and make sure she doesn't lose it, make sure nobody steals it from her, whatever, whatever, and whatnot. So, being as though that's the case with a child, it's the same sense when it comes to a person that's not used to being around quality people, being around people that truly, genuinely do know what love is and show that. It's the same sense where, since they don't know how to actually take care of you, love you, respect you, and treat you correctly, instead what they're going to do is they're going to treat you any old kind of way because they feel like they don't know what else to do. And is that an excuse for people to treat you in your kind of way? No. But people use it as an excuse. And my suggestion to people is to do the best that you can to stay away from people like that, because they're never going to be wrong. No matter how wrong they actually are, in their eyes, they're never going to be wrong. So they're never actually going to admit, like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry, I apologize, I was very wrong when I did this, that, and the third. I shouldn't have did that to you. I shouldn't have said that to you, whatever the situation is. These kind of people are never going to be wrong. And that's the reason why, going back to the first thing that I was talking about in this video earlier, that's the reason why most relationships don't work. Because most people do not ever want to admit when they are wrong. Most people do not ever want to actually fix what they have problems with. They will rather break up with you, or they will rather not speak to you ever again and never change themselves, as opposed to apologizing to you, actually changing their behavior, and actually treating you better. They don't want to do that. So I know how hard it may be sometimes, especially with when you have friends and or family members that you've known your whole life and you've gotten used to, and you feel like you have respect for or love for, or whatever the situation may be. I get it. It's hard to break free of people, especially people that have a hold on you. But sometimes you have to recognize that they have a hold on you and that they don't deserve to have that hold on you. So you have to regain your power and take your power back and discontinue dealing with them, or handle them from a far distance, because those kind of people are going to do nothing but bring you down. They're going to do nothing but hurt you, disrespect you, disregard you. Actually, I'm going to talk about one more thing before I get off of this video with you guys. So I was watching another video It's a YouTuber that I like to watch from time to time. I think I remember her name is Kelly Stamps. Shout out to Kelly Stamps if you actually see this video. I was watching her video where she was talking about, excuse me, guys, where she was talking about how um, you have to stop being nice all the time. You can't be nice all the time. And I recognize this myself, to be honest with myself. I recognize this myself because it's like, wow, I have been such a big sweetheart and such a huge, kind, gentle spirit. And, you know, I'm really a sweetheart, a sweet person. So I've come to understand that stuff like what she said is definitely, for a fact, very true, because I've come across situations myself where I've had people, you know, recognize how sweet and how nice I am as a person and try to take advantage of that and try to use and abuse it. And it's sad because it's like, you know, there's already a very huge shortage of good people in the world. So it's really terribly sad when you recognize that it is such a shortage of good people and sweet, kind, gentle, generous people in the world, and you just so happen to be one of them, but you are recognizing how much people in this crazy evil world take advantage of people like you. So you start to recognize that you can't even be nice anymore. Give me a moment, guys. My computer is getting short on battery, so I have to go get my charger. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Plug this in real quick. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to make sure that I charge this up so that it won't die on me. But anyway, so what was I? Where was I at? So she was talking about how, you know, you got to make sure you don't be too nice anymore. And I remember one time having, matter of fact, I had a few situations. I'm gonna talk about two of them. I remember the first time I was scammed. Was it the first time? I think it was the first time. The first time I was scammed on social media, where I was trying to get I was trying to get an intro for my YouTube channel. I ended up making my own YouTube intro, but this was before I ended up figuring out how to create it myself, and I was trying to find somebody who could create it that does it for a living, because I don't do that for a living. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me hire somebody to help me. So I put it out on social media that I was looking for somebody that knew how to do the graphics and stuff of being able to make an intro to a YouTube channel. And I had one person respond. So when that one person responded, I organized everything to get that person, it was a female, to, or at least they said it was a female, to get that person to do the work in creating me an intro. Now, where the scam came in at is I had paid her to do the entire intro, And no, actually, I'm sorry, I just lied. I didn't pay her to do the entire intro. Actually, I paid her half to do the intro, because basically what she was supposed to do was, I was supposed to pay her half to get started, and she was supposed to create the intro and make sure that everything that I actually wanted in the intro was feasible and, worked out, and it was to my satisfactory. And then I was supposed to go ahead and give her the other half. To try to make a long story short, the lady did not want to do everything that I was asking her to do for the intro. The intro was ugly, it was boring, it was crap, okay? But I tried to make it work anyway, because I'm like, this is my first intro anyway. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be something decent. So, make a long story short, she wouldn't fix it. She kept really giving me crappy work. And then she kept asking me for the money, the rest of the money that I owed her. But I was like, but I cannot give you the rest of the money. We didn't agree for me to give you the rest of the money until I was satisfied with the video. Oh, and that's what she wouldn't do. She wouldn't send me the actual video. Even though I didn't like it anyway, I was going to try to use it because I was like, I would have something for right now. And so she wouldn't send it to me because she said, oh, I need the rest of the money first. So I was sitting there being nice and trying to understand that she told me that she had already had a situation where she sent the person the work and they never got the rest of the money. And so she didn't want that to happen again. So I'm sitting there trying to be understanding of her complications and her issues, which was not my responsibility in the first place. That's where I was wrong. But that's where I came in with this nice stuff. So I was being nice by even paying any attention to the story that she told me about her getting got by somebody else, because that was none of my business anyway. I didn't care. But at the end of the day, me being a human being that's such a sweetheart, I kind of did care. And so that's why I decided to say, okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and give her the money. So I went ahead and got her the money, and she never sent me the video. She only sent me a video with the word void written across it. So that's one story. And then this other story is that of a an old friend of mine. Well, I don't even know if I should still call him a friend, but anyway, an old friend of mine who, give you a little short story time. It's an old friend of mine that I met in school, and we used to be really cool in school. Like, I didn't have a lot of people that I was cool with and I was friends with and that I vibed with a lot in high school. But this person that I vibed with very well in high school, I ended up getting in contact with them later on in life, okay? And when I did, I ended up getting asked by them for some money. And this is where it comes back in with the nice shit again. Excuse me. But this is where I come back in with the nice stuff. So they asked me for some money. After they had showed me some behaviors that already let me know that I wasn't really feeling how they was acting already. Let me put that out there. But only reason why I still gave them the bread is because, first of all, I was being nice. Problem number one. And then number two is because I was being understanding again. Problem number two. I was being nice in both of these instances, and I was being too understanding in both of these instances, and in both of these instances I got. So this person asked me for the bread, and I told them, I'm like, the only problem that I have is that you've already been like showing me complicated issues and problems with our friendship and relationship. I'm not feeling that, and I feel like I don't want to give you this bread and then all of a sudden you ghost me like you have in the past. Like, I don't like that. So they sat there and lied, y'all. They sat there and lied to me. I would say to my face if they was face to face, but they wasn't face to face. It was DM to DM. They lied in the DMs talking about some. Oh, you right. I definitely got to do better with my communication, and I gotta, most definitely do better with, connecting with you and making sure that I am like, active on that. You know that not only did that person not do what they said that they were going to do, but right after I gave them the money and they, first of all, did not thank me. Second of all, did not even acknowledge that I gave them the money. And then the last strike was when they decided that they were going to unfollow me from social media when that's how they got the money. After they got the money, they unfollowed me. And this is where I'm like, this is why I have to stop being nice to people. Because I just decided to be nice to that person. First of all, because I really cared about that person. I really looked at that person as a friend. I've known them ever since I was 15 years old. So I looked at them as someone that, I, had a friendship with and that I care for. So it was no sweat off my back to share, some funds with them so that they can get some help. And I know that they have children too, and that also played a part as well. So I said all that to say this. When she was talking about you got to make sure that you're not being too nice to people and you chill with that because you have to recognize that a lot of people that are not on your level in life or in mental are going to try to devalue you and put you down and make you feel as though you're not worthy of what you know you are worthy of. All right, guys. I'm probably going to have to come back and talk to you a little bit more about this in the next video, but I have to take a break. All right. See you in the next video.